Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we're live on a Tuesday, ready to do some podcasting. Find us everywhere you get podcasts. Search the Blackout Tips. Leave us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcast. Even if you want to do it from a computer, you can do it now. You don't need an Apple Podcast.
No
you don't
more
need a
excuses.
phone. Yeah, you can just do it. The official weapon of the show is
Phone chair.
and the unofficial sport
Bullet ball.
is bullet ball extreme. All right, plenty of stuff to talk about today, plenty of things to get into, but of course I'll ask you first, Karen, do you have any banter before we get started?
I do.
Do you have any
Banter, talk to me.
do you have any
Banter, talk to me.
do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter, talk to me. Banter, talk to me.
Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter.
I do.
Banter. All right, Karen. Go ahead and banter us up.
The first one I recently was at the doctor, and because of the location of it, I was like, I wanted to leave early, so I left early. I was like, because I don't know if it's gonna be in traffic. I don't want to sit like it's a busy side of town. I left super early, and I guess I left too early. The traffic was light, so I got there like super early. So when I went in, it wasn't anybody like at the reception, like up front. Like I went in, the whole thing was empty. So I was like, okay, I think I might be here too early. So it just happened that one lady was there, and she was just kind of walking around. I didn't realize she was back there, so she seen me. She got me in and got me set up and everything. And then it just so happened that the person that one of the first person, because you know how you have to see somebody before you see the doctor, that person happens to be like an early bird, so they were already there. So when I was there, they was like, well, I'm already here, you're already here, let's go ahead and get started. I was like, okay, cool, let's go ahead and get started. Child, by the time we finished with the start of the appointment, like, let go. Monday morning, everybody was knocking that shit out. I was like, guess it pays to be early. Everybody was early that day.
Yeah, I've never had. I think everyone worries about the other experience, which is you're running late and they're gonna cancel it or something. But I think with the doctor, I always time it so that I try to get there either right on time or just a couple minutes late, because I'm worried that if I get there early, it just makes waiting longer. But I think especially if you get your appointments earlier in the day.
Yeah, like first thing in the morning, they be like, what you want? What's the first thing you got? They be like 6:15. Well, bitch, I'll be there. Because everybody's fresh, nobody's tired, you
Right.
don't have a queue. You know, I realized when you do them bits, and then particularly the ones where they got to take your blood, test your pee and shit, you can't eat. I was like, let's get this for breakfast so I can go ahead and eat after I leave here.
Yeah, and I think also it's like they might be motivated to get it done just so it's like, you know what, let's, like, I can take a smoke break after this or whatever it is they do back there in the doctor's offices, you know?
Right.
Like, yeah, that makes sense. What else you got?
The next thing I got is also when they check your blood pressure, I've come to the realization I like the old school press and pump. You know, where they go with your blood pressure and kind of test your, you know, where they do the little thing and they listen to your heartbeat. I realized I like them better, because them machines squeeze the shit out of your arm. Them shits be so, and I don't know if it's because I have a small arm or what, but they be like, and I can feel it getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. Sometimes they have to take it two times or sometimes 3 times, because they be like, this is high. Or either a lot of times what happens is like they'll take it and then the doctor will come in behind them and redo it manually and be like, oh, okay, this is what your real blood pressure is. I was like, yeah, that's because they're trying to squeeze the shit out of my arm. That's why the blood pressure's so high.
Yeah, it is interesting. I don't know which I prefer. I mean, I think I guess they both feel the same, but I get both of them either way. Like normally when I go to see our doctor, I'll do the machine test and she'll come and give me the manual like test on my arm as she's talking to me. But yeah, I guess, you know, I think also for me, when I get my blood pressure tested at the doctor, I always always feel like I'm already pre-nervous. And
Yeah, I think so too.
I've
Me
been
too.
walking from the parking lot to the appointment. I've been worried about, am I late? Is it gonna get canceled in my own time? You know, all the other little small concerns you have in your life. You know, I gotta get on the scale. Do I need to take stuff out of my pockets? You know, just little shit. And then you get back there and they do the test, and my anxiety's already kind of, you know, doing what it's doing. And it's always high my first reading, and then the doctor comes in later and it's not high. Except recently. Last time it wasn't, like, it was fine both times, but until recently it would be high on the machine and then lower once I had a few minutes to sit and the doctor came in. But
Right.
you know, and the doctor like talks to me first before she would do the blood pressure test and stuff. But yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, and my next one, and it's kind of in the same realm. Children, and as you get older, you have to take a whole bunch of shots, and you got a whole bunch of doctor appointments. It's something about that middle age where it's not as much, because when you're a kid, you got to take all your immunization shots and your booster shot. They want your baby, they want to stick your baby 4 times in one sit and all that shit. Then I'm getting old, I got to go get a mammogram. I got to go get a colonoscopy. I got to, pretty soon I'm be getting the shingle shot. So it's like, well, goddamn, the old people and the babies are the ones with all the appointments.
When do you get the shingle shot?
Oh, much later on. It's not soon, but I was just thinking, as you get older, it's more things that you kind of have to put in, like annually, yearly, bi-yearly, however frequently. So it's like every time you turn around, you're adding something kind of new to it. Because for me, when it became the mammogram, this is something that
You get shot for a mammogram?
no, I have to do it yearly. I was just talking about appointments and shots. So now you get older, you know, you get, or either once you get to a certain age, they reboosting the shots. You know, you get to a certain age, okay, you haven't had this shot in a long time, or this shot in a long time.
Some of that is also just the arrogance of youth. I think a lot of times people, it should be going to the doctor at least yearly for a checkup during those ages where you're older, you're an adult but you're not older,
Right.
But I think a lot of people just don't go.
That's
Like,
true.
I think so it goes into people's minds as like, oh yeah, you don't really get that many shots and stuff, but it's like I went to the doctor those ages and I got tetanus shots and all my vaccination shots, with flu is yearly, you know, like then it feel like there's always one that's not yearly, but it's your turn. It's like, oh
yeah, they'll be like, have you got this shot? I don't know. The tetanus shot or this shot or that shot.
And I always take them up. So
I do
like
too.
if they offer it, I take it. So I feel like you're like, I wonder if we get blessed to make it to be older and older, if it is more and more, which would make sense. You know, you're trying to keep people alive, you know. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, and your immune system is weak when you're a child, and as you get older, your immune system kind of adjusts too, you know, type of thing.
Depends on the body.
Yeah, that's true. Depends on
And
the body.
a lot of that, like I said, is perception.
That's
A
true,
lot
too.
of people are like, and I feel fine, and then it's like I'm not going to the doctor. I know so many people that don't, and I'm always kind of surprised to hear it, but they have insurance or they have jobs or whatever, and they're just like, I just didn't go to the doctor for 5 years. You know, it's like, oh, and that happens a lot. Like, it's not I think people just feel fine, and if nothing's quote unquote wrong, they're not going to the doctor.
Yeah, that's true too. Also, I think for me, growing up, and I love my family, but I watched a lot of them unnecessarily suffer and get sick, and you know, and have to go through all types of surgeries when their body would give them signs that something was wrong. And I promised myself at a really young age that if I got insurance, bitch, I'm going in there. I don't give a fuck if I can pay the bill or not. I'm not gonna fucking die just because I refuse to go to the doctor. And I do understand, you know, a lot of people with their misgivings to like the medical community and how, you know, they've mistreated us and things like that. I get that. But also your health does matter. Like your personal health does matter. And also I think for me, I was so serious about it. Like now, your kids can stay on your insurance for a long time. But back in the day, when you turned 18, it was like, bitch, you 18, you got to get off your parents' insurance. So when I was 18, I literally had to learn how to navigate the insurance system. I had to go hunt my insurance provider, do the copay, pay the monthly bills, for my birth control and all that shit. Like, I had to navigate, and it's really, really hard. And not just funny, being young, you have to be motivated to do something like that, because most people will opt out of it. And I went to college, and a lot of people would just let the infirmary and shit do it. But I was like, no, I want my own insurance. I want to be sure that me personally, like, I took it very seriously. So I would go get my mammogram. I mean, not my mammogram, my pap smear and all that stuff. And mostly because of birth control. They were like, now you can do birth control without going to the doctor. But before, they would force you to go to the doctor for them to do a pap smear before they get your birth control. So some of these things have kind of changed. But I think watching too many people get sick and die, I was like, this is just me, my inner voice talking out loud. I was like, too many people care about me and too many people love me for me not to take care of myself.
That makes sense. Yeah. What else?
That's it.
Okay. All right. I don't really have anything. Feel like, Karen went to the doctor, so we got some doctor banter.
Yes.
I went to Yankee Candle, and I ordered some candles online, and they was like normally $75, but I got them for $7, and I went and got 2 of them. And this little Yankee Candle store is in a small outlet mall, strip mall area, and those ladies were so happy to have anyone come in that store. They were excited to see me. They felt like they didn't see people in there at all. I felt like they were gonna try to keep me. They were so excited.
Can you stay, sir? We got some more samples. Can you smell this?
Yeah, they were like, just for coming in, you get a free candle. You get a free mini candle. I was like, okay, that sounds cool. Which it sounds like everyone does if they come in and whatever. And then they would sign me up for the card or whatever. I was
about
in
to
there,
get points and shit.
I was in there like 5 or 10 minutes and nobody else came in. And they were, they sound like they only had each other for company and they were getting on each other's nerves.
They're like, ooh, somebody else to give all our undivided attention to.
And I was trying to be nice, but then it just kept getting deeper and deeper because I was like, they was like, what flavor what scent did you get? And I really just got the one that was on sale because, I mean, those big ass Yankee Candles last forever, and they're, for that much off, it's like, who gives a fuck what it smells like?
Ain't that the truth?
But she was like, what's your favorite flavor? We can give you a flavor profile or a scent profile. We can start doing some shopping. I was like, this is the one I got. Well, we can get you a mini candle there. You can get one of this, but you get the ones up here, they're full price, so it's even more of a deal. If you get the ones over there, they on sale, but they seasonal. I was like, here's one.
Poor baby got trapped in the Yankee Candles.
Yeah. But they were nice. It was like, you can,
that's sweet.
You come back and do some more shopping, and we got some more sales going on.
Shit, they'll probably remember you next time.
I mean, I guess so. I was just happy to get out of there after a while. And then I went to the Lids, which is the hat store. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize Lids has a clearance section, like hats that are on sale. Because normally the problem with Lids is like, I love hats, but hats be like $35 sometimes. I'm like, I don't love hats $35. I love hats, a sale. And
yeah, I'm with you on that one.
So I went to the sale section and I got this Naruto hat and it was only $10.
Word?
Yep, it was in the sale section. They had a bunch of stuff in the sale section.
I like that.
Marvel.
Probably because most people walk past that going, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Right.
I know you don't really wear hats like this, so I was going to get you one, but I didn't see a visor or anything like that, which would have made sense because I think some of the characters wear visors.
Yes, yeah, I basically I like visors because it doesn't cover my whole head up.
Right. So but I got this hat and it was cool. Fun time. So
believe it.
That was my banter.
Thank you.
All right, you ready to get into the show stuff?
We can.
All right, let's see. What do I want to talk about? You know what? I guess we should go ahead and do some of the a little bit of election stuff.
Vital signs all appear normal. But how do you feel?
Feeling the quality of a thing as imparted through touch. I have been called vision.
All right, election news. It's happening. Stuff is out here. You know, I just should call this political news at this point. It's not election anymore. But yeah, political news. Joe Biden cleared student loan debts for another 150,000 borrowers.
Let's go.
Ahead of his White House exit. You know, the thing that people acted like he just must not have wanted to do bad enough, but he's tried several fucking different ways and been blocked by the Supreme Court and tried again, got blocked again.
Right.
But people in our country are too fucking stupid and selfish to care what the reasoning is and how things work in our government, so they just blamed him. And now Donald Trump and the Republicans are coming to power. Meta is going to lay off 3,600 workers. Which makes sense.
Yeah, because you got us writing them notes, so of course people gonna lose their jobs.
Definitely don't need fact checkers anymore. Also, you kept trying to make that metaverse thing work, and that shit don't hunt. That dog will not hunt. Yeah, so that's kind of on you, buddy. I've decided to raise the bar on performance management and move out low performers faster, Zuckerberg wrote in a memo on Tuesday. We typically manage out people who aren't meeting expectations over the course of a year, but now we're going to do more extensive performance-based cuts during this cycle. And he went on Joe Rogan's podcast recently, Mark Zuckerberg, and was saying how like feminine energy has hurt companies and they need masculine energy. And you know, I think people associate masculinity with this type of rough and tumble, get the fuck out, you know, machismo shit. And I think at the inauguration, the word is that him, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk are going to sit together. So I think they're putting on this unified white man billionaire front of like, you know, we're here to participate and enjoy the spoils of the Trump administration. I don't think this is they're not hiding their hand. And you know, I'll try not to get too upset about this, but this is why it falls on deaf ears when people try to tell me shit about, you know, the Democrats and billionaires and shit. I honestly see a huge difference, and you are not nearly outraged enough about this for me to believe that you truly care about that.
Ain't that? That's 100% of the truth. And you know, the thing that they that people realize what they're getting ready to do, in my personal opinion, they're getting ready to wreck the economy. They're getting ready to go through, a lot of people getting ready to lose their jobs because they don't give a fuck about, you know, these policies that they put in place and how they quote unquote impact the public, and they're working everyday man. It's going to be a lot of women that's getting ready to lead the workforce because they trust all this maternity leave and all this shit. They either gonna chop that shit down or they gonna make it almost non-existent. You know, they're gonna make it so inconvenient for you that if you got to choose between your job and taking care of your kids, they're gonna tell you, well, I guess you can't be here no more. You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and you know, and there's a lot of women that voted for this that are getting ready to lose their fucking jobs.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it is what it is at this point. The special counsel did release their report about the Trump January 6th case. I'm sure there's amazing details in it. It's essentially shit we all know and heard. Donald Trump definitely, like, and Jack Smith just laid out his reasoning for wanting to charge him, and that he thought he would be found guilty if he would have been allowed to go through with this lawsuit. But of course he has to relent and say the American people, by electing him again, essentially killed any chance of him being prosecuted for this. And all I said for the last 4 years is that's on the ballot. Everyone kept talking about this legal process not being fast enough, and I don't know how to tell these motherfuckers, but when someone is this rich and powerful, the biggest thing they can do, and the thing that they almost always do, is just slow down the system.
Yes, delay.
Rich people already have enough access to retard the system with their money, but then on top of that, imagine you picked half of the judges. Right. You were never going to get this thing in the way that you wanted to get it. Even if it would have made it to a Supreme Court, there's no reason to expect that a Supreme Court would have not weighed in on this in some ways to help him, and they did throughout this trial. So they essentially granted him presidential immunity throughout this. So I'm so upset with the American people because we knew that this was not a secret. And yeah, it makes you feel better to blame Merrick Garland. Sure, blame him if it makes you feel better, but understand this: we had a job to do. We supersede Merrick Garland. We supersede Joe Biden. We supersede the Supreme Court, honestly. And we collectively couldn't be fucking bothered. At least 20 million of us that could be bothered 4 years ago thought it wasn't that big a deal what happened with this guy this year. So I can't want it worse than people want it for themselves. And a lot of people just did not want this man to face justice. And I did. So this is the consequences of it. Doesn't matter what was in that fucking report. I didn't read it. It doesn't matter.
100% agree. It don't even matter. Once the populace put him back in office, nothing else mattered. And now people, not trying to be funny, people want to get mad on the back end. That anger should have been beforehand. Like, yeah. I don't, maybe it's just me, I don't want to hear you get mad. He's not going to jail. Bitch, yes, as soon as he was voted in, no, there was not going to be any consequences. Yes, Jack was going to step down. Like, yes, like these things were going to happen. I don't want to hear the surprise, even on the liberal side and extreme left. I don't want to hear the shock. I don't want to hear the surprise. I'm not here for it. Not trying to be funny. You know what was more important than this other shit? You know what was more important than this other shit that was actually on the table that Donald Trump don't give a fuck about and is not going to hear nothing you have to say.
Michelle Obama said she's not attending Donald Trump's inauguration. She also missed Jimmy Carter's funeral. And I can already tell what happened here. Michelle Obama is a tried and true practicer of my tried and true technique, which is the who all gonna be there technique. And I think right now on her list, if Donald Trump is part of the who and who all gonna be there, she ain't gonna be there. Yeah, and I don't blame her.
I do not blame her at all. She was like the only reason why, my personal opinion, the only reason why she showed up the first time is because of who she was married to. But I think if she could have opted out of that shit, she would have too. Like, honestly. Yeah. But now she go, oh, it's optional now. I don't hold a position.
Well, she told everybody what to do. And it's the second time that the country let her down. You know, where she told the country like this, everybody loves her. We wish you ran for president. Everybody, tells her that platitude to her face. But then when she endorses somebody, it don't hold weight. So why would you vote for you? So you would vote for me, but you wouldn't vote for a person I endorse? That doesn't make sense.
Agreed.
When she was like, listen, this is a important election. We need to stop bitching and griping and get off our ass and vote. We must outvote this. We cannot and people didn't do it. And I don't blame her. And for the record, I've always thought the most relatable part of the Obamas is the post presidential stuff. I always thought them going back into private life and shit, they're more relatable in that because they essentially did a job. Barack Obama's the type of dude that can do that job, and there ain't many of those guys in the world, and there's definitely not many black people that could do the job the way he did it.
Agreed.
And he did the job to the best of his abilities, took all the slings and arrows, all the hatred, all the emotional whatever the fuck it is, the backlash that people have like they got lied to or something, essentially takes that lying down for the most part, does his job when it comes to time to promote whoever the next person that the party decides to promote, is still one of the most popular people and weapons in the arsenal of the Democrats, many times often more popular than the people who have come after him. Even no one has been able to do what he does for everyone to think what he did was so easy. And to me, the most relatable part is, man, fuck y'all, I'm gonna go get this money then.
Agreed.
I'm gonna go live my life. Like this country I'm not doing what Jimmy Carter did. Well, y'all love me 40 years later, like fuck it. If I'm not doing anything hateful, I'm not trying to make it worse, But you look around at what you guys have decided to do since I left office, it has not been a shining reflection of the American people, what they have allowed to happen since Obama left office. We didn't get all the progress everyone claims they wanted after him. We let things regress out of backlash. We let the angry white people win. Like Michelle Obama to me has always been more relatable, because I feel like Michelle Obama is very relatable to black people in general. Like black people, when she says the first time I've been proud of this country is when Barack Obama won, many black people related to it. White people outraged. You know, woman tried to obviously one of the most beautiful White House wife ever, the big first lady of all time, but white people called her ugly and called her manly and all this weird shit that they just do to black. She became an avatar for just what blackness and black women represent in America. She told them to eat healthy. These kooks got mad and fuck you, bitch. We eating trans fats. My kid gonna eat double the trans fats now. Meanwhile, now they want to take out seed oils because some dude with a brain worm is making all the health decisions in America. Possibly, this country hates blackness so much. I don't have it in me to hate these black people as well. I don't. If anything, I'm more defensive of them than I would be of someone else possibly.
Agreed.
But in general, I wasn't upset when the Clintons were in the private life. Like this is not a thing for me. This is a thing that happens in America. These people go on, all these politicians just about can go on and be rich and be well off. And
they write books and they do
fine.
other shit. They've always have done that.
But where I really relate to her is stuff like this. That day of the inauguration, my face was her face when Trump got elected and they had to be there. And I don't blame her for not going. I wouldn't go either. I don't want to sit next to him. I don't want to shake hands.
Right.
Fuck it. We did our jobs. This is what the country want, and this is what them people gonna get.
Right. And I was just said at the end of the day, they gonna be all right. It's the rest of us is gonna fucking suffer.
Right. Yeah. So, but yeah. So she ain't coming, and I don't blame her. Let's see what else happened. Oh, they had the hearing for Peter Hegseth. The guy who Trump wants to put in charge of the military, who's never run anything but a charity and then been a talking head on like Fox. One of the things he wants to do is restore U.S. military bases that used to have Confederate names but had the names changed. He wants to change them back. These are the type of surface level issues that Republicans get obsessed with. Not necessarily running the government any better or doing the things that they promise people, but stuff that is very like
surface level, superficial. They're not trying to run nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And of course he's getting grilled right now like on the Hill, like everyone's you're sexual assaulters, you get drunk, you lie, you do. If he got the votes, it don't matter.
That's the whole fucking point.
Unless some Republicans are going to grow a spine or grow some morals or grow some integrity, I don't even understand what the point is. You might as well just all vote without even talking to the motherfucker.
I guess how I feel.
If you just want to have it on record, but I think once we saw like some of these Supreme Court judges get confirmed after their grilling, and then it just right along party lines, they win. I mean, buddy getting in.
Yeah. Like I said, and this has a lot to do with why I'm like, okay, like these are things I heard about, and I was like, okay, it don't matter because they're still gonna vote him in. So why am I gonna sit here, get outraged, and get upset? We all fucking knew that all these things were going to happen.
Like, I'm cool with it. People sharing the clips on social media and stuff, and I'm sure it makes people feel good to see this guy get grilled. But I'm at a point now where I feel like I'm full of rage about that stuff to where it means nothing to me.
Agreed,
maybe to some people it means, but I've been saying this on the show the whole time. The symbolism doesn't mean anything to me. It does, and it doesn't mean anything either way. Meaning, what the results are the thing that matter to me the most, and so I don't get caught up in the emotional fervor of like, ooh, AOC told him. Like, we knew this nigga was a rapist. If he wins the office or gets elected or gets confirmed, okay, so we have a 5-minute dressing down from this congressperson. I guess that's cool, but what is it going to ultimately matter? You know, I guess we feel represented, but it's weird to feel represented by a person and then just watch the country completely fumble this shit.
Agreed, and it's it's also one of the things where hate to be like this, and for my own sanity, it's a lot of shit I just don't care about. I'm gonna keep it real. I just don't have it in me to care, because if I start caring, I'm gonna get very mad and very angry, very upset, and it's not worth the energy and the effort right now. Because that energy needs to go towards other fights, and there's some fights that are kind of already predetermined because they got the votes. They're gonna do a lot of shit that they want to do, and ain't nothing you can do to stop it. And when we told people you could do to stop it is get your ass up and vote, people told us no.
Yeah, and part of the point, I feel like at this, and I think a lot of people are feeling this, part of the point of this right now is to keep us outraged and engaged through outrage. And a lot of us are just kind of tired of, I already was tired of the whole outrage cycle online in the first place, but now I'm even more tired because I see that outrage, that performative outrage, not only did it not get us anything, I think it actively hurt the causes that we claim to believe in. I think outrage as the method of communication and constant whatever, it's diminishing returns, meaning you can't be outraged at the highest level all the time. At some point your brain just gets used to it, and then it's just like, well, this is just how things are. And I think it actually leads to people checking out, which is to me different than I'm engaged but I'm not outraged. So I plan to stay abreast on news. I don't plan to check out. I don't plan to ignore what's happening, but I think participating in the glee and the anger and the back and forth, it just doesn't really seem to be fruitful. And a lot of it being that it would happen on our social media platforms became more of a currency of getting attention. Here's a means to get attention. I'm going to perform outrage. And so even things that aren't that outrageous, people were like, if I go on my TikTok and I say I'm mad, or I have to be mad because I'm talking about this thing, I can get more clicks, I get more views, I get more shares because more people will commiserate with me. And I don't know that those tactics worked. I feel like there was a time when people weren't expecting them, and it kind of worked, where people were taken aback, when there were genuine things that people truly were together outraged on and had solutions for and wanted to get active about. But I just think at some point it became a machine that needed to be fed. And so then everything was outrageous, whether it was the same amount of outrage over a Cheesecake Factory date was over Palestine for people.
Right.
And I know people think, well, yeah, both outrageous, but I don't think both are equally outrageous, but I don't think the machine has any way to treat things that levels it out. And then once you get past what is the outrage and you say what is the solution, it's not a solution machine, it's an outrage machine.
Right.
And so I think a lot of that got us here. And so it's a good time to reflect, what are you going to let outrage you, what is going to drive your engagement in 2025. I think it's a perfect time to look and go, Am I going to sit and watch the Senate confirmation hearings, retweeting every single soundbite and rallying myself up, knowing this man's going to get confirmed and the time to stop this was in November? So what do y'all want me to say?
100% agree. And it's also similar to you. I am result oriented, and I don't know if it's an age thing or what, but I'm like, I don't like the song and dance that a lot of the liberals and the extreme left like to do. They like to look pretty. They like to play the games. They like to be sassy. They like to use the slang. Like, they like that shit because it makes them look good. And I'm like, okay, that's great, y'all, but what are the results? Like, after y'all perform this shit right here, what are did we win or nah? These are the questions that I have, and my question is more pertinent to your song and dance.
Yep. Last story, Carrie Underwood, who has long been a person that is quiet about her political stances, even though I think she took over the Monday Night Football theme song from Bo Cephas, Hank Williams Jr. And she's a country star. She's 41 years old. She is now saying she is honored to take part in Donald Trump's inauguration. I love our country. I'm honored to have been asked to sing at the inauguration and to be a small part of this historic event. I'm humbled to answer the call at a time we must all come together in the spirit of unity and look into the future. Many fans of Underwood, who in May will celebrate 20 years since she won the 4th season of American Idol, were less diplomatic. Don't forget to carve a swastika into his leather seats, girl, said Matt Bernstein. As a longtime fan that's been to all your concerts, I'm heartbroken at your decision to perform next week. I thought you stood for love and acceptance, not hate and judgment. Commented Walmart marketing executive Justin Breton. Damn, he put it out there. If George Michael was alive, he would remove you as a follower, said Michael James Snyder, who's an artist. Yeah, I honestly, I mean, first of all, the whole I'll take out the "are you surprised" thing. I don't know Carrie Underwood to be surprised or not surprised. So
right,
you know,
I don't know because
I'll save that for y'all that are fans or not fans of hers. But what I do think is interesting is that she's definitely the highest profile person that I've seen that has been like, I fuck with Donald Trump now. Like that's not normally they struggle to get relevant artists that will put their face out there for Trump.
Yes, they do. Most people tell them no.
And while she's out there talking about unity and peace and all this stuff, it's gonna look like a tacit endorsement, whether she believes that or not.
Right.
Donald Trump is not a person whose politics allow for people to be neutral and be like, I'm just doing it because he's president. He takes that off the table. It's not necessarily. I understand that that's old hat. That's what it used to be.
Yep.
He does not present his policies and his politics in a way that lends you to like, hey, I'm just going because he's the president. We've had sports teams where they're like, we normally go talk to the president after we win the championship. If it's Donald Trump, we just got to find a reason not to go. Or certain athletes on the team like, I can't make it for some reason. And it's like, you know the reason. You don't want to be in a picture shaking hands with this guy because he represents something. It's just not like, as much as people thought they hated George W. Bush or whatever the second one is, this ain't like that even.
No, it's not.
Like
it's
you
different.
you really are aligning with a man who says who ran a campaign that said Kamala Harris for they them. You know, like this is the guy that you're talking about, the dictator for a day guy. So, yeah, man, super super interesting if there's any fallout from her, because I feel like country music is kind of the place where if you were going to be hey man, I kind of fuck with Trump, I feel like that's the place where you can do it.
Yes.
You know, like even with rap, a lot of times you see a rapper come out and say they support Trump. It's a rapper that's kind of down on their luck, or they're not mainstream enough to truly for us to give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Like it's Kanye after he fell off. It's Lil Wayne after he fell off. It's, you know, like it's stuff like that where it's like no one really like. Are we gonna not see the 50 Cent tour because how many of us would really leave in our house to go see 50 Cent in 2024? Not many. Not saying he couldn't have a tour, but I don't think it was like people giving a fuck if he was MAGA or not.
Right.
But like if you saw like Kendrick, Drake, you know, Doechii, somebody like that go MAGA, there's a cost to be paid in that hip hop genre. We saw what happened with Sexyy Red, who we mostly treat as a sideshow artist. And even with her, like she had to come off of the MAGA shit when it was looking like Trump could win this shit. It was like, guys, I'll just be trolling. Okay, here's my booty hole. Here's some sex. Here's some fragrances. Anything but that MAGA shit. Stop talking to me about that. I don't even vote. Ha ha ha. Like I just feel like in country music there is no cost. MAGA is kind of the default. So
right.
It might be more of a cost if on some Dixie chick shit if you said I'm not with Republicans and I do have a limit.
Right.
So anyway, of course she's gonna be there. All right, let's do some other news. Let's check out another segment. Let's see give me a segment we haven't done in a while. How about some black capitalism? We haven't done black capitalism in a while. Here we go. Oh wait, no.
Shout out to Will Smith. I hear y'all talking, but the only thing I'm listening to is that paper. Every day we get into that paper. Woo! I hear the money talk, I see you later. Every day we get into that paper. I I hear the money talk, I'll see you later. Don't think I forgot Harry Tubbs supposed to be on the $20 bills.
All right, black capitalism. Let's talk about it, Karen. It's out here in these streets. Beyonce makes history as the most certified female artist of all time with 103 RIAA titles.
Let's go.
The 43-year-old icon now holds the record for most certified titles for a female artist with 103. RIAA president and COO Michelle Ballantyne praised Beyonce's historical achievement, saying, "We are so excited to recognize the incredible talent, hard work, and creative spirit reflected across diverse genres. Beyonce's iconic catalog has earned the achievement of most certified titles for a female artist in RIAA's history. Congratulations on this crowning milestone. Beyonce's Parkwood Entertainment, Columbia Records, and We See You Beehive streaming on repeat." Yeah, shout out to her.
Shout out to her. And you know what's so funny? She won this, but never got an album of the year.
That is interesting.
Like, I don't mean no harm. Like, yeah, she breaking all these records and people, but for some reason, her shit, and I was just saying, is never good enough to get the goddamn album of the year. All these other motherfuckers, I don't mean no harm. Since she number one, all these other motherfuckers that y'all gave it to over her, is they number one? No. But then how she never got album of the year?
I think it's because she's black. Beyonce's record-setting total includes hits from her 8 studio albums, as well as Homecoming, the live album, and Lion King, the gift. Fan favorite singles like Halo and Single Ladies, both certified 11 times platinum, highlight her impact. Notably, songs and albums from Beyonce's time with Destiny Child were not included in this tally, which makes their achievement strictly focused on her solo career. God damn. If you threw the motherfucking the Destiny Child in there too, oh my God.
Yeah, this is just her 8 solo albums.
Yeah. So just, she's fucking amazing. The thing I like about her too is she's so type A, and I know that people think being type A is just like so fucking uncool, to be like this goal oriented. I want to achieve this thing, and I'm going to try my hardest, and I'm going to get this thing, and I'm going to do that. But she doesn't seem necessarily focused on being recognized for achieving the things. So, which is another part that of her that I find to be so dope, because normally someone who's that high achieving flames out when people are like, and we're not giving you album of the year, and it's like, well, woe is me, fuck, well, should I even make more albums? Like, it's not that she's achieving just to get the best out of herself. But I love that her ambitions are so like, I'm going to make a country album, and it's going to be a Beyonce country album, which means it's not going to sound like anybody else's country album, but I'm going to make it for me and my folks and my fans, and because I want to do it, and it's going to be fucking the shit, and it is. I'm going to make a dance album, and it is. She says it and she does it, and it is. You know, like, I love how intentional she is about her iconography when it comes to like who is like, there's nothing by mistake. It's what I love about Kendrick. Is if you want to obsess over every detail, here's a person that's going to reward you for obsessing over the detail, because it's going to be like, oh, those are some cool Cadillacs, and then you find out like those Cadillacs were the original Cadillacs of the civil rights movement or whatever the fuck, and it's just like, yo, someone took the time. And I always feel that she doesn't get her just due, because people need to take away credit for whatever reason, and they don't want to give her the creative credit, but she's clearly involved in the creative decisions.
Yes.
And then, you know, I think they always try to find a way to be like, Solange must have did this, or so-and-so does this. But the thing about Beyonce is you don't need to take away credit for her. Why? Because she gives credit to everybody on everything. She will.
I appreciate that, because she want to be sure other people get paid.
But many times when she don't need to, she'll do it. You know, I remember like she used a sample of Khalees that she paid for through Pharrell, who owns the rights, and Khalees put out some bitchy ass like Instagram post about it because she just don't like Beyonce for whatever reason, and like she took it off. But the point is, most people wouldn't even have credited her directly. They would just been like, yeah, thanks to Pharrell, like, yeah, we got this through Neptunes or whatever. It was like, oh, okay, Khalees, you get a check now. Go, I don't want no check from you. All right, cool. But I tried to be, I'm giving credit. I'm not stealing shit.
Right.
So yeah, I just find it to be so amazing and intentional. And you know, the money talks and the numbers speak, and these are the numbers and the monies of the people. Like, this is not like, no one can take that you the people's champ away from you. Like, those streams are real. Those crowds at the arenas are real. So yeah, the Grammy can or not be real. You know, not always does it resonate what people are believing. It's what the industry says.
Right.
This shit is what the people say. You know,
agreed.
that the CMAs ain't necessarily the people. There's a governing body making those decisions. So anytime she does something like this, I'm always impressed. And just of all time, she's only 42. She gonna keep making music.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And somebody asked, what does RIAA stand for?
Let me look it up. Recording Industry Association of America.
Thank you.
No problem. Muni Long.
Woo.
Okay, that's what I thought you were gonna say. I knew it was coming.
Muni Long. I'm like, who Muni Long? I thought we got a lot of dollars.
News. The Grammy-winning songwriter gave a hard pass to this offer where they were asking her to write soulful songs for non-melanated artists, meaning not black people.
Right.
And she's like, no. So she went on her TikTok and said,
"Oh, you want every."
Damn it! How do I make it rewind? Oh, maybe I just go to another page. Okay, I'll share this tab instead. All right, cool. So she put this out. It's only 7 seconds long, but it says, "Me to the president of Atlantic, asking me to write soulful songs for non-melanated artists." So then she put this clip out that I'm assuming is just her, probably one of those sound
Fuck
bites.
no. And I'ma stand on that.
Okay.
And they can get in my DM. You can get in my DM all you want every day.
So she said she's not writing any music for
She was
non.
like, y'all go find somebody else to do that.
She shared the same video on Instagram, but added another caption about her disinterest in the offer. And when I said no, one of them gonna say, you can reach it with that Priscilla Renault vault. In that you can reach in that Priscilla Renault vault and see what you have in there. She wrote, "Boy, do you know that what a vault is? That's where you keep the valuables. If you don't get somewhere and sit down, I want to cuss them out so bad, y'all." She's written for artists like Rihanna, Tamar Braxton, Mary J. Blige, and Mariah Carey. She also credits songs for non-black artists, including Ariana Grande, Kelly Clarkson, and Mika, I don't know, Mika. However, since 2020, she has restructured her music career, no longer releasing music under her birth name. As TMZ reports, Atlantic has shifted its attention to external talent under Granger's leadership as layoffs occurred on the label in September. So yeah, I guess she said
She was like, I'm not writing no soulful music. She's like, I guess one day we should go, I don't mind writing, but she's like, there's certain shit. I'm like, I'm not writing that.
Yeah, because it's that thing that we have from 5 Heartbeats, wasn't it? Where it's like, how come crossover don't never cross over for us?
Right.
And they wanted them to sing the backing vocals for a white band that was just gonna be white people basically lip syncing to the black artist, and it was because, listen, people be racist, and these white guys will be able to tour all over the world. You guys will get some residuals or something like that. And they refused to do it. I think they refused, or at least one of them refused, and was like, I'm tired of fucking being the talent that can't make it because we're black.
Right.
And we're just accepting that as the answer.
Accepting crumbs.
And then we're giving these people who don't have talent but have a look of whiteness, we're giving them our gold, and then they're going to be lucrative off of it. So shout out to Muni Long. That's a hell of a stance, and it's probably going to cost her some money in her career, and hopefully there's no backlash towards her, but we can't ever be sure of that in an industry like the music industry, that you come out and make it known that you're not doing that shit, and then it's like you're showing up the president of Atlantic or whatever. Like, so I hope it doesn't hurt her in the long run, but shout out to her for taking that stand. LiAngelo Ball, speaking of music, signs a $13 million deal with Def Jam and Universal Music Group following his viral hit Tweaker.
Damn. 13 million. Off of that bop.
More than he ever made in the NBA.
Woo.
Right? More than he ever made playing professional basketball. He's about to make it off of that swerve and hit that corner.
Come on, Swerve, hit that corner.
I might swerve and hit that corner. Ooh, ooh.
I'm undefeated, never lost.
Never lost.
Shout out to his black ass daddy.
Right?
Apparently he's like 3 for 3.
Yeah, as long as he don't wear them shoes, he good.
Yeah. He signed a deal. Well, he might can wear the shoes. He ain't, as long as he don't play ball in them, he might can wear them.
Right? Don't play ball. Please don't play ball in them.
It's $8 million guaranteed and worth as much as $13 million. It's a music deal, so it's basically you get fronted a bunch of money and then blah blah blah. But still, did any of us have him on the gonna get $8 million this year list? None of us. Okay, then it's a good thing.
That was not on the bingo card.
Good for him. He figured out how to do it, and we love to see it. Okay, and also, like, I'm not really with the bullshit of everybody was being resentful about this. It's cute.
It is cute. It's adorable.
Cute. It's a cute, adorable story. It means nothing. This whole like, see, this what's wrong with it. It really doesn't mean shit, dog. Every artist you like is gonna still be putting out music that you like, and you can go listen to them. It was a cute throwback, sound like some Hot Boys, Young Money type shit, and it's a vibe for all of us old people to get into. The young people might see it as a gateway to some other things. I still hope they get a bunch of like fucking old rappers on the remix. I'd love to see like Chingy and Nelly and T.I. and all these. Like, I'd love to see like a certain like
age range
of rappers hop on this shit, because I feel like they would freak the beat too, and I hope it becomes like the fucking Macarena or some shit.
Yes,
like,
just keep doing reversions of it.
I don't need him to be great. He could be a whack rapper. He could be terrible. I will never have to know, because if he's not good, I just won't listen to the rest of his shit.
Ain't that the truth?
If he's good, what a surprise. If he's able to turn this thing into some type of throwback, like I'm a throwback artist even though I'm young, I'll be cool with it. Like, good.
I'm fine with that too.
But yeah, it's good for him getting that money, and hurts no one. Last story, Sexyy Red is entering the fashion game with an Ed Hardy collab. The collab is packed with sexy pieces such as a sheer Ed Hardy print cover-up dresses, bikinis, sarongs, and more. And of course, they all come in her signature color, which is red. Sexyy Red, she gonna get to the bag. Okay, she's turned her 15 minutes in a lot longer than that.
She's done about 45.
Yeah, like she just be like, what else can we put my name on? And she just stays in the news being provocative. You know, that MAGA shit is whack to me, but you know, hopefully she does, you know, she don't repeat that, but who knows, because you know, she anything
trying
for
to
the
get
attention.
that check.
But yeah, so she's out here taking pictures in her sarongs and bikinis and all of that stuff. I was reading how she just got a new boob job. She wanted her breasts even bigger than they are. So I guess this is an old picture, so they must be even huger now.
Okay.
You know, but I assume that, you know, she's just provoking. So,
yep, that's her jam.
You know,
she like it. I love it.
Yeah, you know, I don't even really know what kind of music she puts out if she continues to put out music. I feel like I haven't really heard too much of her
in a while.
Yeah, like I hear her on features every once in a while. Like she was on Tyler Creator's Sticky. But yeah, you know, whatever. Good for her. All right, let's get into other stuff. Let's see, what other segments haven't we done in a while? You know what? Let's do some white people news. How about that?
White people news, we're bringing egg salad to the barbecue. We might be problematic or a little bit dim. That sounds really harsh on our fragile pink skin. It's white people news.
All right, let's see what these whites is up to. Jessica Simpson and her husband Eric Johnson have called time on their relationship.
Is she an actress? I don't know what he is.
She used to be a pop singer.
Oh, I was completely wrong.
She was Britney Spears' main competition back in the day. People used to be like, you know, you had to pick one favorite white girl at the time. And then she was married to like a pop star dude who was in one of the boy bands, and they had like Nick Lachey, I think, maybe, or something.
Yeah, he's a singer.
He's a singer. Okay, so they was together for a while. They had their own TV show, and the whole thing was that she was stupid, and then later, of course, because everybody felt bad, and I'm sure her real life was walking around with people thinking she was stupid was kind of hard. So then she came out and was like, I'm actually not stupid. And then everybody was like, yeah, feminism, she's not stupid. That was mean that we call her stupid. But I'm like, she was selling a product, and the product was a TV show, and the part of the pitch was you need to be stupid every week.
I remember that show.
Yeah.
It was a huge show, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And like, I feel like, honestly, her, Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, the retcon that they have done on themselves after the Me Too movement is so smooth and savvy, because they all now are like, the world hates women and made me into a hateable figure. And I'm like, Paris Hilton, I'm pretty sure you was racist. I'm pretty sure you did put out that stunting ass sex tape on purpose one night in Paris. It wasn't like I got caught on surveillance footage.
I remember that.
Yeah, you pulled a Kardashian type thing.
Because she was early with it. She was like pre-Kardashian type of shit.
I don't think she was before the Kardashians with that sex tape. I think the Kardashian sex tape took off, and then one night in Paris and one night in China and all these other spin-offs happened afterwards.
Okay.
But she was like, I'm trying to get in on the wave.
True.
But yeah, like but then she retconned everything, and now she's got people eating it up. Like, she was always smart. She's a feminist. She's a good person. We unfairly tarnished her. And I'm like, these women are fucking smooth as eggs. Just amazing. Great job. I'm not even mad at you. I don't even know how you like.
Wonderful transitions.
Congratulations for all of y'all, because now it's like you a hater to not like them, and for a while it was like, who fucking likes these women?
Right.
And they're not wrong that we are bred to hate women, so they're but at the same time, like, you knew when you signed up for that show they was gonna be selling that you're dumb. That was the point of the show.
That was the whole point.
But yeah, Eric and I have been living separately, navigating a painful situation in our marriage. Our children come first. We focus on what's best for them. We're grateful for all of the love and support that have been coming our way, and appreciate privacy right now as we work through this as a family. The pair have tied the knot in 2014. They got 4 kids. After 4 years of dating, they got 3 kids: Maxwell, Maxie Drew, Ace Knute, and Birdie Mae.
These names. I'm
telling you, rich white people, poor black people, same names. Look it up, guys. It's like Game of Thrones. Ain't no difference. You think we'd be more aligned on our issues when you look at how the fuck we name our kids.
How we name our children.
If we was playing Gangsta Race, a lot of y'all would have missed these.
I would have.
But like in Birdie Mae Simpson, y'all would have been like, black.
Come on.
Simpson was previously married to Nick Lachey from 2002 to 2006. Johnson played for the 49ers and the New Orleans Saints before they got married. So
2-3 husbands?
I don't know. But she keep a man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that girl.
No, more sad white people news. Jessica Alba and her husband Cash Warren separate after 16 years of marriage. 16 years. Wow.
I've heard of Jessica Alba. I don't know who No Cash Warren is.
I don't know either. So they she's 43, he's 45. They first met in Vancouver 2004 on the set of a superhero flick Fantastic Four. The actress played Sue Storm while he worked as a director's assistant. They got married May 19, 2008. They have 3 children: Honor, Haven, and Hayes.
Same thing.
The pair put out a united front to celebrate their son Hayes' 7th birthday earlier in January. In a cryptic message on New Year's Eve, she wrote that 2024 was filled with connection, growth, adventures, laughter, peace, sisterhood, transformation, rebirth, joy, and so much love. That's not cryptic. What? Why'd they say that was cryptic? You only saying that cryptic because now we know they broke up.
Right.
Everyone who read that on New Year's wasn't like, what the fuck's going on in her life?
They did not do that at all.
That's just a cliche white woman Instagram post. They could put that shit on anything.
A white woman Instagram.
Right. They might as well just put, I bet you it's a picture of her toasting some wine or holding a wine glass.
Come on with a charcuterie board.
Yeah. Don't nobody know the difference in that post. It was cryptic.
Enjoying the head out of that brie on some crackers.
Right. Like, I'm looking at the post right now. There's nothing cryptic about it other than she ain't with her husband in the picture, but yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, this look at these pictures. Oh, it's a white woman. Look, she holding a flower.
Yeah, I'm talking about white woman.
Ending the year with a heart.
White woman Instagram.
Ending the year with a heart full of gratitude, lessons learned, and no regrets. Holding a flower. Her and some friends. When a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment it grows in, not the flower.
Hitting all the tropes.
Right. There she go toasting on a beach in the on a yacht in a bikini in the ocean. My mantra for 2025: it messes with my peace, is too damn pricey. If it dims my shine, it's got to go. It's got to go. If it makes me question my worth, it's getting left in 2024. I'm entering 2025 focused and fully in my power. Now that one is a little more cryptic. Anytime you post only words, is a little something. I want to make beautiful things even if nobody cares. Yeah, this is just white women typical shit. This is on the set of a movie. She went to some pyramids or some old historical shit. Girls' night. Sisterhood is holding space for one another to be our full selves, whatever that looks like, messy or not. It's loving each other while we figure life out. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Cryptic. Psh, this just white. Anyway, but yeah, you know, we hate to see it, honestly. But if she's happy, I'm happy, you know. So good luck to them. There's Splitsville. Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster step out hand in hand for a dinner date. Now you know Hugh Jackman, right?
Yes, that is an actor. He plays Wolverine.
Correct.
Yes, I got this right. This time, one of the last times was New York. I got that really, really wrong.
Now this is causing all kind of waves in the white community because
is it an age gap or something?
Well, no, he's 56, she's 49.
Okay.
But the T here, okay, is first of all, Hugh Jackman was married to his first wife, who many people really celebrated his original marriage because, and I hate to say this, but she looked like a regular white lady.
Okay.
And I think she may have even been older than him. So I had to look that up. They had been
married a long time too, hadn't they?
And they had been married a long time. They were together. She was 13 years older than him.
Okay. And
they had met on the set of a Australian TV series in 1995. They separated after 27 years of marriage. They had a scandal-free marriage, but then Hugh's love of the stage, you know, he's always doing like these Broadway things, and I believe Sutton Foster is a Broadway person.
Oh, that's right. He had a big run in New York.
Yeah, I believe she's an actress known for her work on the Broadway stage, right? And she's won a Tony Award and all this stuff. So the T is, when they worked together on, I think, Music Man or something like that, they were co-stars. He was cheating with her and they had an affair, and then he left his wife. And so now, and it's been on the hush hush, but now he's stepped out in public for the first time, let paparazzi take pictures of them holding hands, being together.
They feel like enough time has passed.
Yeah, now that he's gotten a divorce.
Right, it's official now.
Yeah, which is interesting too, because in two places, Deadpool and Wolverine, and in Rick and Morty, he's made like they've made jokes about him, because both of those are third wall breaking things.
Yes.
Fourth wall breaking. Rick and Morty made jokes about him being divorced, and so did Deadpool.
Yes, they did.
And then if you want another extra little bit of chamomile, okay, you want a little bit of old Earl Grey.
Come on through, Earl Grey.
A little extra sip in your cup. The Justin Baldoni, like, you know, thing where he's saying Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are bad people, right? So they still trying to keep this whisper rumor mill going through social media, trying to spread negativity about Ryan Reynolds and his wife. And it didn't really work, because the first thing they shared was that they think that in the Wolverine movie, Nice Pool is made to pick on Justin Baldoni. And if you've seen Wolverine movie, Nice Pool is he's very nice, but Deadpool treats him badly, and he has a man bun, and he says he has a podcast that he makes feminist. He's a male feminist, and all this stuff, and basically gets called out as a fake nice guy, and then they kill him on screen in a very violent way, right?
Right.
Well, Justin Baldoni's like that. His lawyer came out and said that's them picking on Justin Baldoni, and I went, okay, that makes me like Ryan Reynolds way more. Because if you fuck with my wife, I'm gonna find a way to get your ass back. Like, I'm sure she's
Only
like,
you gonna know.
Yeah, I'm sure she's like, don't go down to the set and punch him in his fucking face. That's not what I want you to do.
And he's like, bet.
But I'm like, I'll find a way. I'm gonna find a way, and only he gotta know. But then when he let the world know, all he did was make me be like, well, what you do to piss Ryan Reynolds off that much?
Ain't that the question? That is a great question.
Why the fuck would he go?
Man?
Why would he go?
Man?
Why would he go out of his way in a Marvel movie to create a character that took up 5 to 10 more minutes of screen time just to make a shot at one person who's the only person who's going to understand what he's saying?
Right.
Why would you tell me he did that? Because all that does is make me go, yeah, why would he do that? And, you know, I guess he likes picking on people. Or you're a piece of shit and this is how he can get you back. Come on now. I'm not dumb. I wasn't born yesterday. We don't have a history of just like, you know, Ryan Reynolds always picks on some random person in his movies.
No, he does not.
That's the first thing that it made me think about. The second thing is now Justin Baldoni is saying, well, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds supposed to be such good people. They knew Hugh Jackman was having this affair and they didn't tell nobody.
Okay, and
once again, makes me respect them as a couple. Not my business.
I'm not fucking them. Not my business.
Not my fucking business.
Ain't that the truth?
What you think I'm gonna be on Twitter? Hey guys, I think Hugh Jackman's having some troubles in his marriage. Anyway, I'm his best friend Ryan Reynolds. Just made me feel like, yeah, they know when it's not their fucking turn to be talking.
This is my coworker. I'm good, dog.
It made them seem not messy.
Right?
If they was messy, they would have been out here like, yo, Hugh Jackman, we need to get some attention off of the fact that this dude is cheating on his wife. If it was even cheating, who knows how it really played out. This is Justin Baldoni trying to make us hate
shit
them.
at the wall.
But man, it was so anyway. So that's the white people. I had a little white tea for y'all.
Oh shit! Now
I was ready. Also, speaking of Justin Baldoni, might as well get into his latest thing. Justin Baldoni, also another thing he said that made me like Ryan Reynolds more. It's crazy because I get people that think Ryan Reynolds is annoying and all this shit. He's a super try hard type of guy.
I enjoy him.
I'm not gonna front. I understand when people don't like him and his style of comedy and stuff. It don't bother me. I like it.
I do too.
You know, but I know what I'm getting. I thought Deadpool was a perfect character for him because Deadpool's supposed to be annoying.
Yes.
And I was like, damn, they found a good match because that motherfucker is definitely going to make 5 jokes when he should have made 1 joke. And that's kind of what
Deadpool. That's what Deadpool does.
That's what make it good. And if you don't like it, you're just not going to like the movie, and that's fine. But that means you also don't like this character. That's the character, right? Anyway, so Justin Baldoni, once again, trying to get us to not like Ryan Reynolds, claims Ryan Reynolds berated him for fat shaming Blake Lively in a new lawsuit. So he says Baldoni, 40, claims Ryan Reynolds, 48, berated him during a heated meeting at the couple's Tribeca penthouse in New York, in which he accused the director of fat shaming his wife. The Jane the Virgin star allegedly asked how much Lively, 37, weighed before he was supposed to lift her in the scene. Baldoni claimed he had back issues and wanted to ensure he could properly perform the lift without injury. In response, Reynolds aggressively berated Baldoni during their meeting. The confrontation that followed was so aggressive that Baldoni felt compelled to offer repeated apologies. Baldoni, in an effort to avoid further confrontation with Lively and Reynolds and rebuild rapport with his co-star, continued to bend to her will. I love how he's like framing this as like, I can't believe.
Yeah, like
I was the victim. I said, how much this bitch weigh? And then they freaked the fuck out. A producer on the movie who was in the meeting allegedly later said that is his 40-year career. That in his career, he had never seen anyone speak to someone like that. Lively allegedly refused to perform the scene with Baldoni despite rehearsing with a stunt double. Baldoni also claimed, now, once again, in her lawsuit, she details a pattern of like harassment and uncomfortable boundary crossing that would make me go, I see why you wouldn't want to do a scene where he got to touch you and pick you up, because he been doing weird shit like talking crazy in your ear when it's supposed to be a scene with no dialogue. Baldoni also claimed Reynolds pressured his agency WME to drop him, allegedly during the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere in July, which took place before Baldoni hired his crisis PR team. A WME rep denied those accusations that they were pressured to drop Baldoni as a client. What's also interesting is I believe they didn't drop him until after the New York Times article came out. So if that whole thing was, man, he had my agency drop, they was gonna drop me. Well, they didn't. It was once Blake Lively was like, fuck it. Here's what happened. They were like,
and they read that shit.
It's a bad look, bro.
It's a bad look.
So anyway, I love that. That's my favorite white people controversy happening right now. Let's see if we can get some more white people news. Zendaya and Tom Holland got engaged.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yep. We love to see it. Worst kept secret in the game.
Ain't it though?
And I just love how happy he is to be with Zendaya. That's
he love that woman.
See. Okay. Get you a man that looks at you like Tom be looking at Zendaya.
Don't he though?
The way this motherfucker be so conscientious of like, it's her movie premiere. I'm not gonna go on the red carpet with her. It's her moment. She needs to shine.
It's her night.
But then he be
like, what time? She be like, ain't nobody worried about him.
Right. He be at his movie premieres. He be like, baby, please come up here and take this picture.
Right. He be begging her to show up.
I need them to know my pimp hand is strong. Okay. Jennifer Aniston's last words to Angelina Jolie resurfaced amid Brad Pitt divorce settlement. So Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie officially finalized their divorce settlement. So they are now actually divorced.
Damn, how long this been going on? 10 years?
Feels like the divorce was longer than the fucking marriage.
Right?
Yeah, it was a 2-year marriage with an 8-year legal battle.
Oh, that makes sense, because I was about to say this shit been going on. I thought they been divorced.
Yeah. So she said her last words to Angelina Jolie have resurfaced amid Oscar winner finally signing her divorce papers. The 55-year-old Emmy winner's first and only encounter with Angelina Jolie occurred in 2004 on the Warner Brothers studio lot in Burbank, California, where she was filming her hit NBC sitcom Friends. I pulled over and introduced myself. I said, Brad is so excited about working with you. I hope you guys have a really good time. And that was the last time they spoke. And the next thing you know, she stole her man. So I don't know. Angelina Jolie probably would report not that good of a time.
Right, I would agree.
A year or so of a good time, probably 8 or 9 years of not a good time.
Yeah, they've been going at it so long. One of their babies in college.
Yep. Hilaria Baldwin, one of my favorite white people news people. Celebrity in quotes. She's married to Alec Baldwin. She forgot the English words onions while making traditional Spanish dish for holidays. Now you guys may remember.
What did she say? How do you pronounce onion?
She originally got into the paper and got into all of our purview because she's a white girl from like Boston or some shit, New England area, who's never been Spanish. She has no Spanish background or descent or any of this shit.
And all her kids have
family completely white.
Yes.
She took on this foreign persona one day and decided, I'm a woman that can barely speak English, is now my second language. And she was on like TV and she was talking about food because that was one of her things, because she's not really talented at other things. So like she's not there because she's a singer or actress. She's there because I'm a influencers, whatever. And she was like making some food and she's like, how you say cucumber in her Spanish language or whatever, and people was like, this bitch is faking. So she kind of fell back out of the limelight for a while. She had posted some things about people being mean on social, and she had been posting a lot with her kids and all this content. I think she's been back for a minute, but I guess she's selling us something else, and so she put
I learned this from when I was a kid. Don't look it up online because you'll learn something different. But I learned this from when I was a kid. He learned to.
Okay,
But I met it before.
hold on, Hilaria, can you please explain what your
I mean, I don't know what that one is, but I can tell you that my tortilla
So rude.
is
My tortilla.
potatoes. You have to not cut them too tiny because they're not going to have the right texture. And then my husband hates cebolla. I forgot it. Cebolla. So he hates cebolla, and so I grind cebolla and ajo together, and we put like a little bit of olive oil in it to like mix it really good. Then we put oil in it just to like see it, look at. I don't know the exact quantity, but it's like that. Then you mix it around, and then you let it get to be soft.
Yeah.
This situation is like a fried potato situation.
yeah, please explain.
Honestly, guys, I hate to be this person. I'm gonna just come out and say it because I know many people are probably filled with rage and all that stuff, and I get it. This is adorable. This is my favorite grift happening right now.
She getting over on them, ain't she?
This is amazing. The fact that she's still sticking with this, I have nothing but respect for my queen.
And she keep popping babies too. They got about 3 or 4 of them together.
And it's all because this man is like, listen, she's like a fucking 30-year younger than me yoga instructor. I feel like Alec Baldwin knows she not Spanish.
I think he does.
He like it. He don't care.
No, he don't.
He like, if that's what she need to do, then that's fine. Every once in a while she pretend that she don't know words in English. And every once in a while I gotta pretend that, I'm impressed. But mostly I just like laying on top of her.
Right.
And having sex and then making these little babies that I'm doing it.
I'll be gone before they come of age, most of them.
I'm fine with this. So, yeah, I love it. It doesn't hurt anybody. I mean, her husband killed somebody by mistake, but still, he killed somebody. And honestly, that ain't even the biggest scandal in their house. It's this woman ain't really from wherever the fuck she pretending to be.
All her white friends and shit, and I think some of her family was like, she white.
Honestly, I would not mind if she made up a country. Like, you know how like whenever like Marvel or DC wants to like create a character, they just make up a country because it's like we don't want to have the real politics of like Romania, but we'll be like Dr. Von Doom is from Latveria, and it's like Latveria doesn't exist, but that gives us a way to give them a background story, and then you create customs and stuff. I feel like her only problem is that she said she was from like Spain or some shit when she should have just made up a country.
Yeah, most Americans are stupid. We wouldn't have known.
Yeah, no one knows.
No one would have checked.
We would be like, why does she have an accent? No one knows. We don't know what she speak for real. It's fine. And it's fine. She's doing fine. She's doing what she was put on earth to do. Okay? I love to see somebody standing in their purpose. Speaking of standing in your purpose, 2 men found dead after searching for Sasquatch in Washington State Forest. Must have been fucking with that jerky.
Right. Did the Sasquatch kill them?
2 Oregon men were found dead in Washington State Forest after they reported missing last week while searching for a Sasquatch. The bodies of the men, who were identified as 59-year-old and 37-year-old. Oh, they didn't even say their names. You know what? Good. Don't say their names.
They white.
Nah, that's not just why, but like, it's embarrassing.
I bet you they family was like, shh.
Yeah, can you just not say their names? You can say their age and where they from, but please don't. It's embarrassing enough to have to have a funeral for them.
Right.
And everybody keep asking how they died, and we gotta be like, searching for Bigfoot.
Right.
What? Yeah, they went in the woods and they was looking for the Sasquatch.
And end up dying.
Like the Sasquatch from the Beef Link jerky commercials? Yes. Yeah. Jack Link or whatever. Yes, that's him.
Yeah, I could imagine the family was like, we don't want to tell this story no more than we got to.
Right.
You are definitely not putting us on the news or the cameras. We good on that, homie.
Right. Like Bigfoot, like that sitcom they had, like Harry and the Hendersons. Yes. Wow. How do you die for something like I don't know.
We didn't even ask.
Just fucking pay your respects.
they just showed up and said he died. We was like, what happened? They was like, Sasquatch. We was like, fuck.
A family member reported them missing and endangered around 1 a.m. So they do know them who they are. They just know better than putting their names in there. That's crazy.
And guess what? Because they've been looking for them. They They you know what? They probably been searching for Sasquatch forever. And one day they was like, they normally come in about 10 or 11. It got one, and somebody said something done happened to them crazy fools out there. Let me call the police.
Yep.
I guarantee you that's what happened.
911, how can I help you? First of all, I just need you to understand. Sir, fire, police, emergency. I just need you to understand. What I'm about to say is going to sound crazy, but I'm not being crazy. This is just what I think is happening. I know it's 1 a.m. Sir, we don't have all day. I'm not playing on your phone. I want you to understand it's not a prank. This is real. This is a thing that happened, and I need help. Okay. My uncle and my cousin went out to the woods looking for Sasquatch, and it's 1 a.m. and I'm worried about their safety. Sir, can you stop playing on my phone? I'm not playing on the phone. I'm not trying to be funny.
We know the general area.
I just know they're in the woods. It's below freezing, and they've been out there too long, and this is just a thing they like to do. Sir, we have real emergency. This is a real emergency. They're extremely stupid.
That's the problem.
They could be out there dying right now. I actually waited too long to call y'all because I was embarrassed.
I was ashamed.
I should have called y'all 2-3 hours ago, but I said, who wants to hear they died looking for Sasquatch, sir? So please, can you send someone out there to look into them?
And they finally sent somebody out there like, damn, they was right.
Where at, sir? The woods.
The woods, right?
I wish I could tell you something closer than that, but it was the woods. So they failed to return from their trip on Christmas Eve. Camera recordings were used by authorities to locate their vehicle off of Oklahoma Road near a small community of Willard on the southern border of National Forest. 60 search and rescue personnel were called up. Oh, y'all had to do this shit on Christmas or whatever? Mm-hmm. It was a grueling 3-day search over difficult terrain and harsh weather conditions. The search included a K-9, drone, ground teams, while the U.S. Coast Guard used infrared technology to search from the air. The pair appeared to have died from exposure. So not Bigfoot. Mystery not solved, guys.
Bigfoot's still out there.
Yeah, unless Bigfoot was so diabolical, he was like, I'm going to pour cold water on them. They're going to die from exposure. Nobody didn't know. Perfect crime. Citing the weather conditions, the men's lack of preparedness.
Yeah, I know that. I know they was like the dumb. Like when they left the house, I told them what they had on was not sufficient enough. Like,
we'll be right back. We're going to find Bigfoot.
Like, but you ain't got no gloves on. You know, it's like -20 outside. It was like, we'll be all right.
We'll be all right.
Just give me some chewing tobacco.
Give me a Bud Light for the road.
Like, that's going to make it worse.
Yeah, they had a storm warning, heavy snow forecasted, and they still went off.
So they basically went out in a fucking snowstorm?
Yep.
Oh, damn. Not only are you stupid enough to look for Sasquatch, you out here in the fucking snow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You went looking for Sasquatch, now you the abominable snowman.
Apparently they are.
Looking for Bigfoot, but we found Jack Frost. So there you go. And I'm imagining whites. They didn't show their pictures or say their names, but
you in Washington State.
There's no black people looking for Bigfoot.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? If that happened to us, like Bigfoot looked for us. He ran up on us. Like, oh shit, Bigfoot.
Right?
I was in the woods doing something completely unrelated to this bullshit, and then Bigfoot came over.
That's exactly how it's gonna go. Yeah. Hey, why am I in the woods?
Right.
That's gonna be the number one question.
Right. All right. I'll let you decide, Karen. We can do sword ratchetness, wrap this thing up, or we can do guess the race. Either one is fine. No judgment.
Let me do guess the race.
All right, guess the race. Oh,
triple the points.
Oh shit, we going
hit
to
the wrong
end?
one. I hit the wrong one. I'm sorry. I made a mistake, guys. Sometimes I make mistakes.
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
All right, guess the race time. Let's find out what's going on out here with the guess the race. Oh, this one feels more like fucking with black people. I gotta move this one. There we go. But yeah, guess the race. We go around the globe, find different articles, guess the race of the people involved. Of course, Karen plays along, the chat room plays along, and they're all racist, so we have that to deal with. Okay, just coming in. So if you're expecting some high-minded stuff to happen right here, that's not what's about to happen.
That is not what's about to happen. No.
All right, let's go to the first one. Disney employee pleads guilty to hacking menus and calling food and falsely showing foods as peanut free.
Oh.
A fired Disney World employee pleaded guilty Friday to hacking into a menu creation software used by the company's restaurants to falsely show certain foods didn't contain peanuts or other allergens.
You're trying to kill somebody.
Right. Especially in 2025. Like, that's definitely how you kill somebody.
Right?
Michael Scherer of Winter Garden pleaded guilty to 1 count of computer fraud and 1 count of aggravated identity theft as part of a plea deal with prosecutors. So he got the plea deal.
You don't think the mouse gonna know when you mess with their cheese?
Right. Right. Yeah, Mickey was probably pretty upset.
You know he was.
The fuck is going on over here?
Right?
I got kids out here choking to death for fucking peanuts. Can't afford this shit right now. I'm dealing with DeSantis. Okay, I got Pixar movies he told him to take the gay people out of, and I gotta fucking come deal with this shit on my watch.
He mad as shit.
Winter Garden. Let's see. He pleaded guilty. Okay. He was previously a menu production manager for Disney before he was terminated for misconduct in June.
Misconduct for what?
False information on food allergies could have deadly consequences, but it's believed all the altered menus were isolated before being shipped to restaurants. Well, I hope so. I know they recently had that thing where a woman died at their resort or something, and they were trying to say, you agreed to the Disney Plus, you can't sue us
and them people
agreement.
Was like, fuck no.
Remember when you said accept? When you scroll down and said accept?
Disney Plus is not the same thing as your amusement park.
Right, so they definitely don't want this heat. He was arrested in October following an FBI investigation.
Damn, what did you do?
While court records don't mention Disney World by name, his lawyer David Haas said in a statement to the Orlando Sentinel,
they don't mention Disney by name. What did they say? Mickey Mouse? What other names did you use?
Was the lawyer confirmed at the time that that's where his client was employed. In his signed plea agreement, Schur admitted to breaching the company software several times around July to September.
Damn.
Most notably, he added notations to certain menu items, falsely indicating they were safe for people with specific allergies such as peanut, tree nut, shellfish, and milk.
You trying to take everybody out.
He changed wine regions on wine menus to areas that had recently suffered mass shootings. Oh, he crazy.
Oh, that's why the FBI got involved. I was like, oh, what are you doing?
I don't know that that's why the FBI got involved, but that's crazy.
Oh, okay. Oh, you crazy.
I am.
You wanted people to look at the menu and be like, can we get the Sandy Hook port?
Oh, no.
That's what he wanted. He said mass shootings, right?
Yeah.
I
didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, like wherever there's been a mass shooting, he put that. So you're saying that this sherry is from the Orlando Pulse region? That doesn't sound right.
Doesn't make sense. I don't think that's a winery.
I don't even know if they have grapes in Orlando.
Right?
That just sounds very
wrong. Do they have
wrong.
a vineyard in Orlando? I
Googled, and that's not where the label says it's from or any of that shit. So yeah, he was super crazy for that shit. He also embedded or added a swastika to at least one menu and changed menu QR codes to direct patrons to a website urging boycotting Israeli companies and those with significant activities there. Which I know there's liberal people that are like, oh, well, that one's good. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure he did that because he just hates Jewish people.
Yeah, you had.
If he has swastika plus that's just because he hate Jews. They ain't got nothing to do with no Palestine.
Yeah, and you should have known that's gonna get it out. Somebody used their phone and was like, "This ain't Mickey. The fuck is this?"
He also blocked 14 Disney employees from their accounts through denial of service attacks. The accounts were set to lock after too many failed attempts. He used a script to make automated attempts totaling over 100,000. The criminal complaint against Schur said some of the targeted employees were involved in his firing. After an internal investigation.
So these are people that basically complained on you or whatever, and it's like, you got to go. Can you imagine? They'd be like, you go to your manager like, yeah, I'm like that again. They be like, you've been locked out every day this week. Like, I only logged in one time.
Right. It says you made 3,000 attempts tonight.
You was like, no way. You was like, I wasn't even on the clock.
Right.
They was like, how did you log in overnight? We wouldn't even open. I don't know.
The agency executed a search warrant at Schuer's house in September, seized several of his electronic devices. He initially denied involvement in the cyber attacks and said the company was trying to frame him.
Oh, word.
You know, Big Disney. They coming to get me.
Big Mouse taking me out.
They set me up. The FBI discovered he collected personal information about 4 employees targeted in the cyber attack, including phone numbers, email addresses, physical addresses, and names of family members and relatives.
Damn.
The night before his arrest, he drove to the home of one of the targeted employees shortly before 11 p.m., walked to the front door, and gave a thumbs up to the Ring doorbell camera before leaving. As a result of his actions, the employee left his residence and was placed in a hotel by Disney. Disney no longer uses the menu creator software hacked by him and has moved to a manual menu approval distribution process while a new system is developed. No sentencing date has been set. Karen, guess the race of Mr. Michael Schur.
White. And so I have something to do with you being fired. You walk up to my Ring doorbell and give me a thumbs up. You don't think nothing's going to happen to you?
Right. Yeah, so let's see the poll. You said white.
Mm-hmm.
In the chat room, villain origin story for white man. White man. Hacked the system to add God mode to his whiteness. White. Looks like most people are saying white on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Evil McEvilish white gloves, white crimes. The correct answer is white. Damn.
Oh, you right, baby. He was nuts.
Yeah. They say life is like a hurricane.
Yeah, and that hairline looked like a bat sign.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which Disney does not own the rights to.
Mm-mm.
Wow. Should have called some rescue rangers on him.
Bandale.
Yeah. Darkwing Duck could have caught him or something. Woman mistakenly texted cop, not dealer. So before heading off to drug rehab for New Year's Eve, Octavia Wells allegedly decided to score some narcotics for the road. So the 41-year-old Floridian texted her dealer that she had $45 to spend and wanted to buy a couple of points of fentanyl, which is drug speak for 1/10 of a gram increment point narcotic is sold. Okay. In her text, she identified herself as Octavia and arranged the drug transaction. She drove to meet her dealer at the Tom Thumb convenience store in Panama City, and she was confronted by the police and arrested. It was then she realized she had mistakenly contacted a cop, not a criminal. Why is the cops in your phones?
Right? That's the question. Do you have like a text with 911 or officer? Like, I don't understand.
Well, she had been Wells had been texting with Stephen Pettijohn, an investigator with the Bay County Sheriff's Office, who was known as PJ Wells. She had saved the cop's number under his initials in her phone after a previous interaction with Pettijohn that is not further described. So maybe she was a snitch or something.
Right. Well, then, officer, something I would have made that a little bit clearer in my phone.
The prior interaction was with the Sheriff's Special Investigation Division, which handles drug-related probes. Wells told cops that Pettijohn's initials were similar to her drug dealers, which caused the mix-up. She allowed her to look in his phone. She allowed the cop to look in her phone and confirmed that the phone was the same one she was using to text. A search of her vehicle turned up a variety of drug paraphernalia, some of which tested positive for fentanyl.
The drug dealer, you were like, actually, now why am I in it? Like,
right.
No.
Now they got his number.
Right.
Wells was charged with 1 felony and 2 misdemeanors and booked into the county jail. She was subsequently released from custody on $5,000 bond, scheduled for January 30th arraignment. While on pretrial release, Wells has been ordered by a judge to not possess or consume alcohol and submit to random urinalysis tests. Guess the race of Octavia Wells.
Octavia. It's a black Octavia.
All
Yeah.
right. Check the chat room, see what they believe. Black, says Kiva. All right. Octavia sounds black. Is this PJ or PEEJAY? Black. White, own that white, says Cass. The correct answer is she was black. You got it, Karen. A couple people missed it. Now, Karen, how did you know that one?
Octavia. I normally associate that with black people.
Can I tell you another one that was a dead giveaway?
What?
She was on her way to rehab, and they charged her with felonies. Oh. You would think the cops would be like, well, you was on your way to rehab. Go to rehab.
Yes, go to rehab.
This is a problem that will honestly take care of itself. You made a mistake on the way to rehab. But no, they said felonies for your ass. Go to jail. So, all right, Karen, you're 2 for 2. Woo. Congratulations. It's time to go to the final round.
That bitch was white! I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to guess the race.
Gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big thigh, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
What did you want to be when you were a kid?
Oh, sorry. An ad started playing. I'm trying to see if y'all can hear the audio. But could y'all hear the audio for that ad, by the way, when I hit play on it? I just turned the volume down, but did y'all hear that? Or can
yes.
y'all? Okay, so here we go. Here's the ad. The article.
Says it hopes surveillance pictures can help catch the person responsible for a shooting that has left a man fighting for his life. This happened at the Church's Texas Chicken on Poplar Avenue about 8 o'clock Sunday night. Police say 2 men were arguing when one of the men fired multiple times, with one of the bullets hitting the other man in the abdomen. The man who police say fired the shot took off in a blue vehicle, possibly a Nissan. The victim was taken to the hospital in critical condition. So here's a picture of the man police say fired the shots. Look closely, you can see he wore a gray hoodie, black pants, and black shoes with yellow shoelaces. If you've seen this man or know anything that might help police catch him, give Crime Stoppers a call. The number, of course, as always, 901-528.
All right, Karen. Man injured at shooting at fast food restaurant. Guess the race of the shooter.
Going black. Did they say Texas Chicken? I ain't never heard of that joint.
I thought he said Church's Texas Chicken.
Okay.
Which which is that?
Right.
I didn't know it was a different type of Church's. I know they say everything bigger in Texas, but Church's Chicken already too big.
Right. That just add Texas on top of it.
Yeah. I know there's Church's Chicken. The chain was founded as Church's Fried Chicken to go by George W. Church in April 1952. So maybe it's the same thing, but just that's their Texas division. Because they don't say Church's North Carolina Chicken here.
Mm-mm.
All right. Let's see what they say. Chicken and a Nissan YN company car black.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God, Miss Smart. That is too fucking good. YN company car. Robin the Coupe black. Dudes arguing at churches. I gotta go black. At churches equal black. Black shot multiple times. I only hit the victim once. Drives a Nissan. That's a nigga. Churches black. Nissan definitely black. Churches Texas Chicken is the same. Churches they just added to Texas. Okay, thank you, Carrie. Chicken crimes are black. The correct answer is that's a nigga. Someone said the Crime Stoppers number is Memphis. The correct answer is black. All on camera too, like in the lobby, and they also have video of him crashing out.
Surveillance pictures can help catch the person responsible for a shooting that has left a man fighting for his life. This happened at the Church's Texas Chicken on Poplar Avenue about 8 o'clock Sunday night. Police say 2 men were arguing when one of the men fired multiple times, with one of the bullets hitting the other man in the abdomen. The man who police...
You could tell he was crashing out, right? The way he was talking shit was very black. That was very black shit talking he was doing. But yeah, you got it correct, Karen. Congratulations. You went 3 for 3.
Yay!
And now we can do some sword ratchetness and get out of here. Let's see. How about this one? A sword-wielding man accused of threatening man with Molotov cocktail. Did we do this already?
I don't
Sounds
know.
familiar, but I don't know. So many of these crimes. Don't let me get in this fit off fool you. I don't really like the sword stuff, guys. Okay, don't mistake that for my Hondo, my Ninja way. The Cape Coral Police Department arrested a man allegedly threatening a person with a sword and a Molotov cocktail. Police arrested Luis Vargas Izquierdo. Yes, you guys are right. Latino. On Sunday, after the disturbance call was reported at a home, upon arrival at the scene, police interviewed the victim, who said Izquierdo threatened him while holding a glass bottle with a cloth wrapped around his top, claiming it was a Molotov cocktail. Izquierdo then allegedly threatened to throw it at one of the vehicles in the driveway and light it on fire. During the interaction, he pulled the sword, proceeded to approach the windshield of a vehicle while threatening the victim. I feel like I read this before. The entire encounter was captured on a Ring doorbell. Upon interview with law enforcement, he allegedly said he traveled to the residence to send a message regarding disrespect to a family member. I definitely read this before.
Okay.
Well, now we just know his race. All right, let me
Get another one.
There's so many.
Right there outside to blend together, y'all.
How about this one? Man swung sword near kids before being shot by Florida deputies.
Well, damn.
Come on, man. A man who was allegedly swinging a sword near children on Thanksgiving. Oh no, we covered this one too, because I remember being like, what kind of Thanksgiving was this? That's not how you carve turkey. God damn. How many of these are there that man charged after allegedly attacking roommate with a sword. 54-year-old Ben Lehman attacked a 66-year-old roommate with a sword roughly 4 feet in length. Have we read this? I don't know.
I don't remember.
They had the argument where dude said today is the day you died and attacked with a sword. They arrived. I feel like I read this before. Either it's blending together or I read it before. I don't show that I archived it. Let me refresh and see if these are just showing me old articles I already covered.
They might be.
All right, let's see. We'll try. I'm gonna go until I feel like I don't know one. Okay.
We're gonna find one. It's
so many.
There's enough of them in there.
T woman arrested for alleged threat with a sword. A woman was arrested for allegedly threatening a man with a sword. Rosa Sosa, 45. Yeah, I definitely don't remember her. That's a name.
Ain't that a name?
Rosa Sosa of T they got a place called T, a city just TEA. Wow. All right. Was arrested for aggravated assault after.
The chat room saying you read this one.
No. Rosa Sosa? I read Rosa Sosa. A man was warming up his car at a hotel in the parking lot. She approached the vehicle threatening with a sword. Okay, all right, well, let's do another one. Fuck it. I don't know. There's a lot of sword ratchetness.
All right, y'all. We can't. I don't
Okay, I definitely know we didn't read this one. There's no fucking way we read this one. We read this one. I'm still ending the show. 4 teens were wounded, 2 of them seriously by an axe wielded during a fight on Monday on a suburban train outside of Paris. One of the alleged victims, all age 16 or 17, had a hand cut off. Damn. And another had their skull split open.
Woo!
I was taking on Conan.
Goddamn!
God. As soon as a motherfucker pull out an axe, dog. Come on.
What's his background story? He was trained and nobody knew?
Right.
We having a flashback before he cracked your skull?
He was minding his business. Was it Thor?
Right, as a kid?
It was not immediately. No, the kids were the ones who got fucked up. I don't know that the person that beat him up was a kid.
Okay.
It was not immediately clear what triggered the fight and which weapons, including the axe, a knife, and samurai sword and baseball bats were used. First of all, this sounds like a rumble.
Yeah, it does. That baby got his hand cut off like a goddamn anime.
This some shit from the raid.
Yes, it is. is.
Well, it's like he get on the train and Ika Wawas is like, no guns allowed on the train, but they didn't say nothing about pitchforks.
Right, I'm gonna fucking you up.
It was not immediately clear what triggered the fight. All the wounded people were brought to the hospital and none were in danger for their life. The main suspect, you were right, a 16-year-old.
Okay.
So this nigga got superpowers.
Yeah, cracking people's
16-year-old beat up 4 16 to 8 17-year-olds. They definitely met up on that train on purpose. It was definitely a rumble. He pulled out the axe and it
sounded, I don't know what's that, but looked like they were trying to jump him or fucking with him. He was like, "Oh, today's the day." This nigga been practicing in the woods. he been chopping down trees.
An axe was found and confiscated during the search. They added the incident happened while the RER Suburban Express train was at a station southeast of Paris. A message posted to the official account said an incident on the Tuva train currently at the Ozor station requires the train to remain at the platform. We're waiting for police intervention because everybody was kung fu fighting.
Yeah, they sounded like they was gonna jump him. He was like, "Oh, word."
They said, "Do not open them doors.
Y'all locked in here with me today, bitch."
Right. That's what he said. Yeah. Oh, y'all think I'm in here with y'all? Oh no. I want to ask y'all some questions.
Montage of him doing push-ups, running 10 miles, waking up in the morning and shit.
I know he was giving quips when he was fucking him up. He was hitting that dude in the head. Looks like you're headed in the wrong direction. And what about you? Chop your hand off. Guess I gotta hand it to you.
You know, it had all the puns.
A subsequent post said the traffic had slowed in both directions due to an altercation on board the train. So, yeah, Paris, man, they getting down over there.
Apparently so.
Y'all better watch out.
You know, that's what they do versus mass shooting. They like, look, we're gonna shoot a fail and I'm gonna fuck y'all up.
Yeah, I feel like he pulled out that axe and the music from Samurai Jack started playing. Gotta watch out. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate y'all. We'll talk to you tomorrow. We're probably gonna do Balls Deep, which means no more shows for the week until Saturday, unless you're premium. And so we'll talk to you tomorrow if you are premium, and if not, we'll talk to you Saturday. All right, y'all, and don't forget, live show tickets are on sale. We got some premium seats available, some VIP tickets available. So if you just been holding out, like, I hope they get some more VIP tickets available. They are out there until they're gone.
Yeah, and once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, once they're gone this time, I can't. That's it. Because if not, then everybody's VIP, and then that's just crazy. It's good for our bottom line, but terrible for the product. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and just continue to email me if you have any issues with the site or whatever. I have the RSS feed workaround for y'all. I have the I can access your, help your password. I can get you back in I can check to see if your membership is right or not up to date. Just email me theblackouttips@gmail.com, which is in the show notes. All right, y'all. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody.